Hey YouTube, Chris here with another video. So this video is going to be how to get your site on hosting and domain. Now Wix has changed their pricing plans a little bit. They have switched over to a little more of a streamlined pricing plan process and setup. I'm going to show you how to get this set up and live on hosting and domain. Now, when you get onto your website here, you can get there a bunch of different ways. You want to look for the upgrade button. So right here is our Wix website's dashboard, demonstration dashboard here. We have upgrade now in 2 spots. So you could start with one of those buttons. And either way, whether you go the upgrade route or if you go through the domain, whichever way, you are going to be brought to this screen eventually, which is going to show you the pricing plans to choose from. Now, depending on your needs, depending on the type of website that you have, if you have an e-commerce website or if it's a portfolio website, you have different plans that are catering to those needs. So the basic plan is the light plan. You're getting the basics that you would need for maybe a landing page, maybe a very small, short website, doesn't have too much content, images, or video on it. And you're getting light marketing tools. And you can dive deeper into what those are. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about what each of these have in it. But this is going to be your basic plan, which is $16 a month. Your core plan is going to be where most people probably fall. You're going to get 5 collaborators. You're going to get a good amount of storage space, basic marketing. You're going to get that free domain for a year. I will note that when they say you get a free domain for a year, this means that you have to pay for the year up front. You cannot do monthly payments and get the free domain for a year. And then at the core level, you get basic site analytics. You can accept payments. So if you're going to have an e-commerce or booking or anything that's accepting payments, you're going to need the core plan and up. And you have the basic e-commerce here. The business plan is going to bump up your storage. It's going to allow more collaborators. You're going to get standard site analytics and the e-commerce features as well. Business Elite is really going to fall into maybe bigger stores. If you need a really large amount of storage space, if you have a lot of video on your website, if you have a lot of high resolution images, you're really going to be looking at Business Elite at that point. Now, when we come down and we start to get into what the plans offer down below here, we're going to see that we get pretty much everything that we would need in business and then up. So let's say, for example, we're looking for customized reports, or if we need loyalty program, that is going to be things that are Business Elite, but everything else is going to come in at the business level. Now, what doesn't the core have in it that the business does? Custom rules for collaborators. If you have more than one person that is controlling your website, that could be nice to have. If you need customized reports, if you need advanced shipping. So that's going to allow you to print labels right when somebody buys something from your store. It'll automatically do it for you. Loyalty program is really nice to have. It's, it builds that customer relationship, especially if you have an e-commerce store. Product reviews by KudoBuzz. This is a big thing. Reviews are very important, especially in an e-commerce store. Multiple currencies if you're selling in more than one country. Now, something that I do want to point out down here is that bookings is full-fledged from core and up. So there's really a few differentiating factors from business and core that you just want to pay attention to. The decision if you need business or core is really going to come down to if you want the reviews and you want that loyalty program. Everything else is really just based on numbers and the size of stuff that you need. So for example, if you're a drop shipper, you only get 25 products in core and you get 250 in business and unlimited in business elite. So if you're drop shipping, you may have to look at that number as well compared to how many products you want on your website. Another really important feature is automated sales tax. So if you want to automate your sales tax, you don't want to have to put in every single sales tax code because there's a lot. Then you're going to want to look at business or business elite. You can either get 100 or 500 transactions per month. If it's a really big store, enterprise is going to be the way to go because it's unlimited. And then again, storage space, you want to look at the numbers. Video hours, you want to look at the numbers based on what you have on your website. Now, if you had like a very plain website, you can get away with light. Now, light, let's talk about a light website. So a light website could be, 5 pages. It could have images on it. Maybe you have Unsplash images. So based from, the plugin that's in Wix, which is an Unsplash free stock image plugin. So you're not loading up a bunch of high quality images. You get to upload up to 2 gigabytes of stuff. So you could have images on the site. You could even have up to 30 minutes of video on this. You cannot sell. You're not going to get any customized reports or calendar or booking or e-commerce, but you can have contact forms on your site. So you can have up to 4 contact forms and you can have up to 10 form fields per form. So this is really the extent of it. Maybe an informational site, you could have as many pages as you want on the site, or up to 100, I should say, static pages. But you need to fill those pages with content. So the storage is going to come into play. Now, the core is probably going to be a safer bet if you need any other feature like booking or like e-commerce, or if you need more space for your videos and photos. The core package is really going to be where you're looking. Business, again, if you want to go up in business, if you need more products or if you need those special e-commerce features, then that's the way to go. There is also a bunch of other features down here that you could compare if you wanted to get into storage and backup. Feel free to compare these for yourself. When you actually go on, they haven't made the premium, this URL live. If you just search it through Google, you would want to go and try to upgrade your website, and then you will see this new pricing plan set come up. And then there's also some frequently asked questions at the bottom of the page. Which plan is right for you? That is really going to be based on your needs and what is on your website, what you intend to do with your website. Most people are going to fall between light and business. The people that need business elite are going to have probably established stores with a lot of e-commerce, a lot of selling already. And you can also upgrade your plans at any time. So you could even start with light. If you decide to sell at some point, you can move up to core, business, and business elite. And there's also an enterprise solution. And enterprise is going to be really customized and a lot more support in terms of size and scalability. But they do have that option as well. It's not listed for pricing because that is custom tailored to you. But most people are going to be good in between light and business. So once you go ahead and select one of these plans, let's go ahead and select core. Now, like I had mentioned previously, if we click monthly, it's going to not give us a bunch of stuff. They really want you to pay for the year or 2 or 3 years in advance. And you do save money that way as well. You save $84 for yearly, $288, $540 if you pay for 3 years in advance. Now you're paying this amount. So you're paying 27 times 12 or 22 times 24 or 19 times 36. But again, if you are trying to pay monthly, it is going to be more money and you're not going to get a free domain, professional logo, events calendar, app, site booster, social media, logo files, or drop shipping. So you want to make sure that you go for the year if you need drop shipping or if you really want that free domain for the first. Once you proceed with your purchase, you're going to come up with this screen where it's going to break down your pricing. So $22 for 24 months would be $528. Add in the tax and you'll come up with your total. Now, once you go ahead and check out, it's going to ask you if you have a domain or if you want to secure a new domain. Now, if you've bought a plan that has that free domain for a year, so anything other than the monthly plan, then it's going to have you pick your domain and you'll be able to secure it without actually paying any money. You will have to pay for that domain renewal the next year. It is only free for 1 year. If you do not, then you can purchase a domain and assign it. If you have a domain purchase elsewhere, so let's say you have a domain with GoDaddy or Namecheap or Bluehost or another provider, a registrar, then you can transfer it in. When you type in your URL to Wix, it's going to ask you where it is, and then it's going to give you instructions on how to transfer it to Wix. So you would just put in your information, it'll tell you how to transfer it in, and once you get through that process of transferring your domain or picking your domain, then your site will be live on hosting and domain. So very pretty. I mean, it's a smooth process if you know exactly, what kind of website you have, what kind of stuff that you want to do on your website, if you're selling or not selling, if you need a lot of space for video or images, then you can pick your domain and then you just pick your pick your hosting plan and then pick your domain, and then you can transfer your domain into Wix, and you'll be good to go. Any questions about anything I've talked about, or if you want us to build you a website, happy to do so. CS Pro Media, I am your guy. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon.